Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I figured I'd do this video real quick just to see if any of you out there might have some leads or might be able to help us with the problem that we're having at Simple Programmer. I wouldn't really say it's a problem, it's more of an opportunity. And that's one of the things is every problem, right, is an opportunity if you look at it that way. And the more, and one of the things that was real interesting too, well, I'm sidetracking here, is that the bigger the problems, the bigger the opportunities. And the more successful that you get, the bigger the problems you face. So if you think you have problems now, just wait until you get more successful and you overcome those problems, and you'll be greeted with new problems. But so that's why you got to view problems as an opportunity, right? As a chance, as opportunity, because that's what they are. If you solve a problem, you get rewarded with a new problem, but a better one. It's better to have better problems. With that said, the opportunity that we have at Simple Programmer is sponsorship. Now, when I say sponsorship here, you know that Simple Programmer doesn't have very many sponsors. I don't like a lot of advertising sponsorship messages. I reject a lot of the sponsors that email me and want to do sponsorship for Simple Programmer simply because they're not a good fit. And I wanted to tell you about my vision for sponsorship so that you can understand it. First of all, those of you that are watching these videos and part of the Simple Programmer community. And also, I'm hoping that some of you out there, maybe you are a potential sponsor, but maybe you know a potential sponsor that would fit the profile for what we're looking for with Simple Programmer. And sort of the background with this is that I believe that you shouldn't lower your standards, that you should put your standards where they are, and then you require people to meet those standards, right? You don't lower your standards for yourself, you don't lower your standards for other people or what you'll accept. And eventually you'll find the match of what you actually want. When you lower your standards, it comes from a scarcity mentality, not an abundance one. And you often are rewarded by keeping your standards high. I'm probably gonna do another shirt here at Simple Programmer called 9 or above. And that it's this idea that 9 or above. Everything you do is gonna be 9 or above. Your standards are gonna be 9 or above. It's always 9 or above. That's the standard. With that said, I like to say that a lot. Here's the deal. Here's what we're looking for. Here's what I'm looking for Simple Programmer. I want to find a sponsor, another sponsor that will be a partner with Simple Programmer. What do I mean by partnership? What I mean by that is that I'm looking for potential sponsors, potential opportunities here, where it's not just, hey, we're just paying you money to run ads on your site or for you to plug us with a message. That's okay. Right? I don't have anything super against that. And, I've had some sponsorships. The ones that I've had with Simple Programmer, I've liked their message. I've liked their company. But what we're looking for really, like what we really, really want, what I really, really want is a partner, someone that basically is going to be a good match for the audience where we're going to work together. We're going to do cool stuff together. We're going to interview the CEO. We're going to talk about, we're going to do collaborations on thought leadership and things like that, where they're not just an advertiser, but they're going to be, really part of the Simple Programmer community. I think the analogy that I was using was that it's like the difference between a regular sponsorship might be, I'm renting out my hotel room or I'm renting out my Airbnb, okay? Whereas what I'm looking for is I want to say, hey, look, we're a bed and breakfast. You come and let's have breakfast together. I'm going to introduce you to my family, and you're going to meet my dog, and well, let's go hiking a little bit later. I'll show you around the area. That's the difference, right? I don't want that sponsorship where, okay, it's just a financial transaction. I want you to become part of Simple Programmer, to become part of the community, for us to work together to produce content. So it's not just I'm just plugging your product or your service. I'm all in on it. You're creating some nice content for Simple Programmer, so it's a good collaboration. And yes, it's a sponsorship model. Yes, we're going to charge money for this slot, but I think it's a really good opportunity, and that's where my standard is. I want it to be that, so that's not just advertising, and so it's going to be a lot more effective. It's going to take time. It's going to take some nourishment to grow that and to build the trust. But that's the key thing, I think, really is the difference here I'm looking at. I'm looking at basically turning sponsorship, turning this sort of advertising model on its head and saying, look, here's something different. Instead of doing the traditional thing where you put an ad or you have a short read, and maybe we'll still do some of that, but be involved more. Be involved. Write some blog posts for us. How about making a video, or let's do some interviews. Let's really, like, maybe we'll hold a contest or competition and do a lot of cool stuff where you're more of the partner in this, and we're working together, and you get the trust of the audience, which is really important, right? And that, I mean, ultimately, any sponsor that I would have on Simple Programmer, you're going to get, they're going to get some level of trust, because I have my standards to a certain level. I'm not going to recommend someone or recommend something that I don't really believe in, that I don't really, I'm conveying that trust, but I want that trust to be just part of the whole experience, where it's wonderful, where we're almost kind of making it so that the advertisement is a pleasure to the audience, right? Where it's adding value, just like the rest of the content is adding value. Everything is adding value. That's the vision. That's the dream that I have. So I'm looking for basically that. And I still got to figure this whole thing out. But that's the level that I want. So if you are interested, or a company that would be a good match, and you can make a reach out or recommendation and talk about this, or point them to this video, I would appreciate it. You can email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. And like I said, I'm looking to really do a partnership. It'll be a premium price. I'll tell you that right now, but it's a premium deal. I'm looking to really not take on very many of these, maybe just a single partner in this that's going to be there, that's going to be a long-term. We're talking maybe a minimum of a 1 year, but 2 to 3 year engagement as we work together to produce something really cool here and benefit from each other. So that's what I'm looking for, and I think there's a huge opportunity for a company that's willing to do this. It's not your standard, okay, we're going to check our stats and we'll do this read and we'll just do display ads on your site and let's see what our CPM is. It's nothing like that. It's more of a long-term investment. Like, okay, you're going to be with us, and we're going to invest for a couple of years, and we're going to see this huge return because you're going to be associated with Simple Programmer. Again, the best way I can describe the difference between what I'm looking for and the traditional advertising and sponsorship is the difference between an Airbnb, where I'm not there and you're renting my place, versus a bed and breakfast. I want to be the bed and breakfast experience. I'm looking for partners that are interested in doing that on the advertising with Simple Programmer. So if you have some leads, like I said, email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. If you are interested, I would love to talk to you and figure out if we can work something out and build something that's really going to be valuable for the community. It's not just ads in their face, because that kind of advertising isn't even really that effective. That's the thing is, I want to build something. It's going to take time, but it's going to be a lot more effective, because just like a lot of you trust me, that's why you buy my products and stuff, because I've been giving you a lot of valuable content. I want to create that same kind of relationship with a sponsor/partner that will be helping to fund Simple Programmer so that we can grow, but also cultivating that trust by actually producing really valuable content as we're working and collaborating together. That's my vision. That's where I have it. I thought I would reach out to all of you that might be able to help, because you never know, it would be nice to get a connection from the community, from you who care about this channel and care about Simple Programmer. All right. Well, thank you, and I look forward to hearing from some of you. Take care.